in Ireland, there is a little phrase called giving out. Giving out, one of its meanings is to tell off, particularly young children, but adults use it as well. She was giving out to me. Here's a story which every child in Ireland will know. There was once a prince who was actually very naughty. He would go around teasing people, making fun of people, and doing whatever he wanted. He would go around kicking stools and things, and nothing was ever said. No one ever gave out to him. No one ever told him off. And he just went about his way, just being really naughty. Well, one day he was near the stables and he saw a horse snuffling around. And he thought, oh, I don't like the way that horse is making that noise. Oh, I hate it. And just without thinking, he just kicked the horse. And the horse shied away and ran away. But at the back of the stables, there was an old lady who had powers. And she placed a curse on the boy. The next morning, the prince woke up. He stretched, and as he stretched up, he could feel something strange on the side of his head. And they went up to a point, and they were where his ears were, and they were hairy, and they were horrible. And he ran to the mirror, and he looked, and there he realised he had horse's ears. Oh my goodness, he thought, what should I do? I can't tell anyone about these. They're horrible, they're horrible. And without thinking, he stuffed his crown over his ears. Now normally crowns you do this with, don't you? So your ears fell forward. But no, he made sure his ears were underneath that crown and hidden away. And he went around that day wearing his crown. And he decided he was going to get his hair to grow long, to cover up the rest of his ears. And that's what happened to everything. The prince went round wearing his crown. His hair got longer and longer, and longer and longer and longer. And one day his mum said, "You have to get your hair cut, young boy." And the prince said, "I don't want to." And the queen said, "By the way, why are you wearing your crown the whole time?" And the prince said, "I can wear whatever I want. I'm the prince. I'm the prince." And he flounced off. But his mum, the queen, would have none of it. "We are getting your hair cut, young boy." A barber was called, a hairdresser. And the prince said, I will get my hair cut, but on one condition, that is only he and me in the room. Do you understand? "Yes, I understand." Come. And the barber came into the room where the prince was sitting, and the prince took off his hat, his crown. And the barber said, but you, barber, must never tell anyone about this problem I have. Do you understand? If I find out that you are telling anyone about these things, I will have your head chopped off. Got it? Yes, sir, said the barber, and set about his work. And the prince put his crown back on afterwards. And though the barber's job couldn't be much seen by anyone, everyone realised that the hair had been cut, and be cut well. And the barber went about his business. He was called 2 months later, "Come and cut the prince's hair." They came and cut the hair again and was told, "You will not tell anyone. Do you understand?" "Yes, sir, I understand." "Yes, I really understand. I won't tell anyone." And this went on for months and months and months, and indeed years. And the problem was that the barber got more and more frustrated. I must tell someone about his little secret. I must, it's killing me. You know, everyone must know about this horrible man and his secret. It will bring him down, it really will. Or anyway, it's just killing me holding this secret. And after another haircut, he went and saw his doctor. Doctor, I've got this thing. I can't tell you. It's really, I need help. I need to tell something to someone. And the doctor said, oh, well, there are certain support groups you can help, but I know there are people. Perhaps what you could do is go and tell a tree. Go out into the forest, hug a tree without anyone around, and whisper your secret to the tree. And the barber said, that is fantastic news. I can do just that. And indeed, he did just that. One evening, he slipped out into the forest, approached a willow tree, and hugged it so tight, and in a little hollow, he whispered, the prince has got donkey's ears. Oh, thank goodness. The prince has got donkey's ears. The prince has got donkey's ears. And with a happy and lifted heart, he left the forest and skipped back home. A few weeks later, it was the prince's birthday. And the prince and his parents decided there was to be a party. And there was to be a full orchestra. And everyone was invited for dancing, merriment and drink and all the things a party involved. But the harpists came to the king and said, Sir, I have a problem. My harp is broken. Go and fix it. Go and make a new one, said the king. And that's what the harpist did. He went out into the forest one evening, came across a beautiful tree and thought, there is within that large branch my new harp. He cut the branch he needed and went off and had fashioned by a harp maker a brand new harp. The evening of the party arrived, and all the guests started arriving. There was noise, there was happiness, a bit like the Hollywood stuff we've seen recently. Everyone arriving for a party. The prince was there with his crown stuffed over his head, looking a bit angry and horrible. But everyone was used to that. But it was the prince's birthday, so people brought him presents and handed him things. And then the king shouted, Sir, to the orchestra, strike up some music. We must have music. It's a party. And thus the music started. It started quietly. It started with just the harpist playing his brand new harp. And as he played, people starting to turn to each other. I think I'm hearing things, they were saying. I think I'm hearing things. Is it just me? I'm hearing the prince has got horse's ears. 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 And everyone started hearing it. The prince has got horse's ears. And indeed, the prince was standing at the front, fully ashamed. Yes, I have horse's ears. Yes, look. And he pulled off his crown. There was a gasp. The finest horse's ears anyone had seen. There was silence. The queen said, he may have horse's ears, but I have noticed over the last few weeks and months, since he's been wearing his crown, he has become nicer. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with a little difference. Let the party continue, and the party continued, and everyone danced and danced and danced, and the most person who danced the happiest was the barber, because now his secret was out, and he felt light-hearted, because everyone knew, and he was free from the threat of death.